As an artist, I really do love creating and drawing and whatnot, which is, why I want to do it for the rest of my life. But, like any other passion in the world, there are things that I absolutely love, and then there's others that I absolutely hate about doing it. So, while I'll make a video about the things I love about art in the future, I wanted to talk about things that I really hate doing about art. And my alarm's going off, so let me cut this clip and, let's get into it. So, not feeling like you're enough. I always had this problem where I had an idea, but whenever it came to actually draw it, I just couldn't replicate the amazing idea I had in my head. It really did make me feel like I couldn't become an artist, and whenever I open social media, I'd see all these amazing artists with skills that I wish I had and such. I would be scrolling for hours, seeing all these beautiful artworks, and I'd be like, damn, I'm trying to do that shit, but I can't for some reason. And I would turn back and look at my art, and I would feel very ashamed and that I just couldn't be like them. I really did just overall feel like I wasn't enough and that my art could never be as good as the ones that I saw online. And I've made videos about comparing yourself, but this is my personal experience that I've had. So I just would always put myself down, and I really did almost quit art multiple times because of it. And it got to a point though where I was kind of tired of feeling bad for myself, and I just kind of wanted to fix it. And I'm still in the process of doing that. But what I personally learned is to take what you believe that you fail at when it comes to art, whether it be like shading, anatomy, backgrounds, character design, something like that, and just study that specific part until you're satisfied. Oftentimes, and personally what I used to do was I would try to learn everything at once and revamp everything. I would watch these YouTube videos of how to draw anatomy, how to draw this, and I would watch each individual video, but that overwhelms your brain a lot, and it actually makes the process of learning way harder and takes way longer to do. But if you take apart bit by bit of what you believe you're not good at and, practice it, for weeks, months, however long it takes, it really will come a long way, and you will, boom, improve like you want to improve. It's a hurdle I faced in my art journey, and I'm still not there completely with overcoming this hurdle, but the solution is very helping. It's helping me a lot. So yeah. So, we all know what artburn is. Artburn technically is a period of time where an artist loses their inspiration and motivation to create. Now, people get artburn for a ton of different reasons, whether it be you're drawing too much, you just have mental fatigue, you get a lot of personal shit going on, stuff like that. I don't need to do a deep analysis on why I hate artburn. I'm pretty sure every artist can explain why they dislike artburn. I'm sure there's a couple of people out there who have a positive outlook on artburn, and I can think of a couple of reasons why. But I will say that whenever I get artburn, it took me a while to realize that I'd get out of it eventually with time. Now, what I mean by that is I used to think that when I got artburn, it meant deep down that I hated doing art and that I should quit doing art and that it wasn't for me. And, that made me sad, obviously. But then after a while, I was really motivated again. I wanted to draw. It took me a minute to really realize that artburn is a completely normal part of being an artist, and that I was low-key just dripping. Every artist gets artburn, whether it be for 2 weeks, a week, a month. Every artist gets artburn depending on how much they draw and how their mental is doing at the time. I've had artburn that's lasted a week. I've had it that's last for 3 weeks. I've had it last for a long time, but the thing is, as an artist, even if you're not drawing, your brain is still thinking about art in the back of your head, and it's just waiting for that motivation to come back. Because trust me, when you come back from an artburn, you're gonna be drawing like a fuck ton because all the ideas just kind of come at once. You're like, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. I mean, there are ways to speed up artburn. If you feel yourself getting artburn, you could easily just watch your favorite show, read your favorite book, go for a walk, get your brain flowing again. But it really did take me a minute to realize that artburn is a very normal thing, not even just with art, with pretty much any passion that you have. Not improving like you want is something that I've encountered over the last 10 plus years that I've been doing art, and I can confirm that through my ups and downs of art, this particular one has had some of my lowest of lows. Whenever I would draw for hours, I could study for as long as I wanted to, and seeing little progress, I would feel unsatisfied. sometimes even just looking at my art made me feel unsatisfied. It definitely, though, all comes down to perception. I used to study and get frustrated with myself that I wasn't seeing the progress that I wanted, and I genuinely thought that I was a failure at art. I thought that I couldn't become an artist because for some reason I just couldn't improve, and that my art always was garbage, and that no matter what I did, I would always look at my art and I would be disappointed in it. And it really made me feel like that I gotta quit art and that I gotta find a different passion because this clearly ain't for me because I'm not improving. But I learned that a good way for me to handle this is to redraw my old art or put my old art and my new art side by side. That can really show you how much you've improved. You don't even realize it. A lot of times you will draw. You won't even realize how much you're actually improving until you look at your old art and be like, damn, I used to draw like that. I really personally didn't even notice that my art was actually improving until I looked at my old art and I put my new art next to it and I was like, damn, I didn't even realize I was improving this much. And then it can really make you motivated to keep learning and keep improving, because when you draw, you just naturally get better, in my opinion. Like, you study too, but you a lot of times will just draw and kind of think differently as you progress and as you look at other artists and as you study other art. You will just naturally get better if you really are passionate and focused and really hardworking at it. A lot of people say that, you know, art is you're good at, you're either good at it or bad at art from birth. No, if you study and you practice and you're passionate about this, you will get better. Art is a skill. But yeah, not improving like you want, it really almost brought me down. But, you know, those little helping mechanisms of, you know, redrawing side by side art really helped me get over this one. All right, so these last two things I just kind of put in the smaller category. One of them is just getting materials. That's something that I just had. It was my little small pet peeve. Because as a kid I was too broke to afford materials, and I was always trying to get like the cheap shit, but it would make my art look like complete garbage, and I could never find the right ones. I made a comment about this a while ago, one of my older videos, but I struggled for like 3 years to find a skin color like marker set, because every time I went to the store I would look for it and I couldn't find one, and then I found one and all the colors were complete dog shit. But in my opinion, I think that was my fault because I didn't know how to use colors at all. But that was just my little issue, and there were so many options of drawing materials that I like, shit, I gotta try every single one of them. I gotta buy every art material there is, and then, you know, it would overwhelm me and I'd be like, shit, I don't want to do this no more. But yeah, that's my little small one. And then the last one that I want to talk about, this one isn't really small, it's kind of major, but I'm not going to talk about it for too long because I'm gonna make a video about this, you know, later on. But AI, I'm sure every fucking artist hates AI. You know, taking someone's art, you know, remaking it into AI. AI is this whole fucking this whole fucking big issue. My bad, I was saying small because I'm in the smaller category section right now. But AI is fucking horrible, and I'm gonna make a whole series about this shit soon. When I'm not a lazy piece of shit, but AI fucking sucks, and I'm pretty sure you ask 90% of the artists in the world, they will agree with you. But yeah, that's where we're done for today.